Hi everyone, welcome back to another Budget With Me video. Today, as you can see, we're going to be talking about September, paycheck number 2. And if this is your first video, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. I am 28 years old. I'm a single girl living in Philadelphia, so this is a budget for that. Also, with a little bit of a twist, if you are new, I actually just recently got let go by my company. So currently I am on unemployment, and this is going to really reflect that. If you want to see what my budget was when I had a salaried job, you can go back to my previous Budget With Me videos, but this is really going to reflect me really having to cut back a lot. And you know, being on unemployment, you are a little bit more strapped, and I personally do not want to dip into my savings, so I really am trying to cut back here on this budget. So let's just jump right into it. It's probably not going to take as long as usual because a lot of these numbers will be zero when it comes to saving and everything. So also, before we get started, please thumbs up this video if you enjoy Budget With Me videos, and also subscribe if you haven't and hit the notification bell. And if you like to keep up with my personal life like every day, follow me on Instagram because I do post on there daily. All right, so jumping right into it, this used to say salary right here when I did have a full-time salary job. Now it says check because I do get unemployment checks. For that, I'm leaving blank because I do like to keep that private. I thank you guys for respecting my privacy, and for those who don't, there are other videos out there that are budget videos that you can watch that show everything, but this is how I personally feel comfortable doing it. All right, so for miscellaneous, this is anything from YouTube earnings, Poshmark sales, anything like that. So check out my Poshmark if you are interested. I sell a lot of just like unused, brand new, limited edition makeup and accessories on there. So for miscellaneous, I have estimated $442.08 coming in. And then obviously you would total that when you have, you know, your paycheck or your salary in there as well. Okay, moving down, my fixed expenses for the last half of the month. Now, again, if you guys are new or if you guys forgot, I do my budget videos once every 2 weeks. I get tons of comments saying, I want another budget video, I want another budget video. But you guys, you know, especially when I had a salaried job, I would get paid every 2 weeks. So it's only proper to do a budget video every 2 weeks. So it's twice a month. If you guys want more budget videos, give me some ideas of what you would like to see, because honestly, this is the bread and butter. This is the bulk of what my budget is. This is my full budget. So I'm not sure what other videos you guys want to see, honestly, in between the time of the 2 week period. So when I write September paycheck number 2, this is for the last 2 weeks of September. So let me just get a calendar out here. So for example, this budget is for September the 15th through the 30th. So this is for 2 weeks because, you know, I typically get paid every 2 weeks. With unemployment, it's slightly different. I'm still trying to figure out how to adjust that. So it might change moving forward, but for now we're sticking to this because it's what I know. All right, now that we have determined that this is a 2 week time period from the 15th to the 30th, it would make sense that these expenses right here are just the expenses that come out of my bank account that I have to pay from the 15th to the 30th. So for example, my phone bill is $265. It's still pretty high. I pay for my entire family and all of their phones. So a lot of people think I'm crazy for paying that much. It's for 4 people and 4 phones. Okay, so let's just get that straight. And this comes out on the 16th of the month. My internet bill is $59.99, and this comes out on the 26th of the month. My student loan is $172. I had to double check that. That also comes out on the 26th. My Spotify subscription or membership, whatever you want to call it, is $15.89 on the 26th. And my Best Buy, which is my phone insurance, is $10.59, and that comes out on the 26th as well. So totaling all of these up as my fixed expenses, we get the amount of $523.47 as my fixed expenses. All right, so I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions throughout this entire budget, please leave them in the comments. I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, I did have a little bit of a mistake right here, so I had to use some whiteout, and then I tried to highlight it, and then it got all gross, so please don't mind that. It's just how it is. Okay, so automatic savings, if you guys remember from last paycheck, my automatic savings, I did $50, and I used to do $250, but you guys know my situation, so I can't be putting away too much because I don't have as much. Also, a lot of these were zeroed out, and I'm actually going to even probably cut back even more on it for this particular paycheck. So for this particular budget, I'm pretty sure I'm able to put away $100 for my automatic savings because, you know, I'd rather save money than spend it somewhere in here for the time being. All of these can definitely fluctuate as you live your life. So debt snowball, for debt snowball, I think I'm gonna just keep that at 0 because I'm not really in a place to, you know, pay forward more debt than, you know, what I usually do. So debt snowball is great if you have some extra money and you really want to pay off that credit card or pay off that phone or pay off that car. You can do an extra, you know, $100, $200 towards that. For me, I'm doing 0 this round because, again, I'm trying to save where I can. Okay, moving on to variable expenses. So this here, I've been tweaking and playing around with this a lot lately. You guys can see these numbers, a lot of them are zeroed out. And even before losing my job or getting laid off or whatever you want to call it, I started to cut back a lot. So I really realized that I can make do with less money, which is great. So for groceries, I used to do 125. I think last time I did what? I did 120. This paycheck or this half of the month, I'm just going to do $100. I think $100 is great for 2 weeks, which is $50 a week. I'm pretty sure I can make that happen. It's really feasible, honestly, in my mind. I think a lot of people live off of like $40 of groceries a week. So I think $100 for 2 weeks is great. 50 bucks a week, I think I can do it. Let me know down below what you guys typically spend a week. Again, I'm a single person, so I don't have a family. I only feed myself. I have one mouth to feed, and that is mine. Okay. So gas, I always estimate about $50. Okay, eating out is going to be 0. I have stopped my eating out envelope because I don't have the freedom and flexibility right now to eat out whenever I want and at, you know, all those fancy places in the city, not right now. Okay, entertainment, I'm also cutting that out as well. I used to have this envelope for, you know, going to museums and checking out new exhibits and, you know, just doing random things in the city, like painting with the twist or like little girls' night out. But yeah, I haven't been doing much, you know, fun activities lately. Just, again, trying to do more self-care and take care of my mind and my body and, you know, not going out as much. Okay, personal. If you guys remember from last budget, personal, I did give myself $40 for personal just to have. And honestly, I am going to try to cut that out. Personal was also my envelope to get my nails done. But if you guys have seen my vlogs lately, I've been doing my nails myself using dip powder. I used to get dip powder done every 2 weeks, and that was pretty much the bulk of my personal envelope. And every 2 weeks, it would cost me $50 to get my nails done. And now I can do them myself, and I have a video coming up. I actually already recorded this video, and then I lost the frickin' footage. I was so upset, but it's okay, it's fine. I will live. I'm going to refilm that once these grow out a little bit more, because if you guys are not familiar, these dip powders last a solid 2 weeks, if not more, and it's pretty hard to get off, so I didn't want to have to, like, you know, take them off after I just did them. So the video is coming, you guys. I promise it is coming. Okay, but yeah, I've been doing my nails myself, and they look awesome. I think they look so good. Okay, Uber, Lyft, and parking, I still keep that at Actually, no, I think was it $50? Yeah, I used to do $50, and now I'm just going to try to even lower that even more because again, I don't go anywhere. So I'm gonna put that at 40. But sometimes if I wanna go to my girlfriend's house, I'll just take an Uber there, or if I wanna, you know, meet up with some friends at like a park or something, we're not spending money, but like I would Uber there if it's far, or if it's on the other side of the city. So there's that. All right, so the total of my variable expenses is very minimal, as you can see, but total here we have $190. Now, total cash envelopes is different. So not all of these expenses are cash envelopes for me. So for me, my cash envelopes are just my groceries, eating out, entertainment, and personal. Gas and Uber, Lyft, and parking are already connected to my credit card. So buying gas is a really great way to build credit with like small transactions. I also build my credit if I need to buy a large item or a really expensive item that I will put on my credit card to build my credit. But I like to use cash envelopes because it really shows me what I'm spending my money on. As you guys know, that's the whole point of this budget, right? So these 4 are cash envelopes. So the total of cash envelopes that we have for the last 2 weeks of September is just $100 because everything else is zeroed out. So the only cash envelope I'll have filled is my groceries. So now we're going to quickly move down to our sinking funds down here. This is going to go. We're probably going to go through this very quick because a lot of these are zeroed out, you guys. Again, if you guys are new and you don't know what sinking funds are pretty much cash envelopes. And if you guys don't know, these are cash envelopes right here. These are envelopes that you're pretty much putting money aside to save for the future. These are possible expenses that could come up randomly and you will have money set aside for it. I have some envelopes that are built up very nicely, but you know, with me being unemployed currently, I am just not really adding to these envelopes. I still have them, but I'm just not adding to them currently, and I'm not adding as much as I used to. So let's start at the top. Travel, we're doing 0, you guys. I'm not traveling anywhere anytime soon, so we're keeping that at 0. We're not adding anything this time. Emergency, I always like to add a little bit into my emergency fund. I actually had to use my emergency fund recently for a family emergency, obviously. So we're adding $10 because, like I said, we on a budget, like a real budget. Okay, medical, I am adding $20 to medical because this was completely empty this last budget video, this paycheck number 1. It was completely empty because I had to buy contacts, I had to like buy all these things, and it's not expensive. I mean, I'm sorry, it is expensive. It's not cheap. Okay, car maintenance, we are doing $10 in car maintenance because, again, you never know when if your car breaks down, if you need a new part, anything like that. Then we have birthdays. We're doing 0. Sorry to all my friends and family, like whatever's in my birthday envelope, I have that, but I'm not adding any more money. Christmas, we're taking a little bit of a pause on Christmas, adding to that fund. I think there's like a little bit over $200 in that fund, so it's okay, but again, I'm putting 0 in there. New car, again, getting 0, that is put on pause. I can't buy a new car while I'm unemployed, obviously, so that is 0 as well. Apartment is also 0. I have no desire to buy new furniture or decorate or do anything crazy, like buy all new Halloween decorations or anything like that. I would love to, but my apartment's just going, again, nothing's going into that envelope this round. Projects, I will be putting in $10 because, again, lots of things going on that I need to pay for. So side projects, these are my side projects. All right, so totaling this up, we have a measly $50 as our total. It's so crazy that this total is $50 for my sinking funds and this is $100 for my variable expenses, because let's just flip back to just August paycheck number 1 when I still had my job. Like, you know, we had $275 as variable expenses. We had $320 as our sinking funds, and I was, you know, doing some debt snowball and I was saving money. So like, look how high these numbers are from when I actually had a salary. to my numbers now. But you know what? I really don't want to dip into my savings, and this is just what I'm going to have to do. And I'm not ashamed of it, honestly, you guys. Like, some people might be embarrassed, like, oh, I'm unemployed, this and that. No, like, you gotta cut back, and it's what you have to do. All right, so total, and oh, I forgot to mention, all of these sinking funds are envelopes for me. So they all have a cash envelope. So our total cash envelopes amount is $100 plus $50. So that's a measly $150 I need to take out of the bank. And just really quick, I'm gonna do the denominations so fast because it's really clear that we're not taking out too much money. But for $150, so for groceries, I'm going to do $150, 2 20s, and a 10 to equal $100 for groceries. And then we're moving down to our sinking funds. We need 110 for emergency. We need a 20 for medical. And what is this? Oh, car maintenance, we need another 10, and then projects, we need a 10. So when we go to the bank, we're going to ask for 150, 3 20s, and 4 10s. All right, so I'm gonna go to the bank and I will be right back. Hey everyone, welcome back. So I do want to go through some of the cash envelopes with you guys. I have both my spending cash envelopes and then my sinking funds here. My sinking funds have a yellow tab, and then my daily cash envelopes have an orange tab here. If you guys hear sirens or city noises, I apologize, but you might be used to it by now if you've been watching me for a while. Okay, so we already know eating out, entertainment, and personal are 0. So we're going to completely take those out, which are these 3 here. There's nothing in them, they're completely empty, and they're just going to be set to the side because we're not using those. Groceries, so I had $0 left over from last paycheck. So obviously I spent it all. So for groceries, this paycheck we are doing $100. So again, we're gonna take the 50, we're gonna take 2 20s, and a 10. So we have $100 here, and we're just going to move these guys up. All right, so $100 in groceries, easy peasy. All right, so moving down to sinking funds, we are gonna stuff our sinking fund cash envelopes, and this is going to go by really fast because a lot of them are 0. So for travel, we're adding nothing to this. So this is going to stay the same. You guys can see there's a decent amount of money in here, but we're just not adding to it this time. Emergency, we're gonna add $10 to this. I actually had to dip into this. I mentioned earlier, I had to dip into this, and yeah, so, you know, life happens. That's why these sinking funds are so great. When something happens that you're not expecting, you have an envelope or you have money set aside for it, and you don't have to pull out of your checking account or your savings. Okay, so in emergency, we have $210, which is great. It's a nice little cushion to have just in case, and you put it to the side. Okay, medical, we're adding $20 into our medical. Okay, so there's a 20, so let's see how much we have. We have 20, 40, 41, 42, 43, $44 in medical. This used to be at like $300 something, and I had to spend it all at once. Okay, now car maintenance, we're putting in $10 into our car maintenance envelope. So let's add the 10 here. Ooh, let's see, how much do we have in here now? All right, so we now have 100, 120, 140, 150, 160, 170, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. So 177 in car maintenance, which is pretty good. I mean, could be better. All of these could be stuffed with more money, let's be honest. Okay, birthdays, 0. We're not adding anything into this. There's money in it, but Christmas, again, is going to be on pause. New car, on pause. Again, all of these still have the money in it. Like, I haven't touched it, but we're just not adding to it right now. Not right now. We're gonna get back to a point where we can add to it, I promise. All right, apartment, again, not happening. And then projects, we're going to add $10 because, yeah. So I only have 10 in here, so there's $20 in our little project envelope just in case something comes up and I need to pay for something. All right, so that is pretty much it for our sinking funds and our grocery envelope. Oops, our grocery envelope, because the other 3 were cut off this month. So again, I hope you guys still find this budget entertaining, even though I don't have as much money to work with. And I know, you know, money doesn't buy happiness and money isn't everything, but I think it's really helpful for you guys to see that, yes, I used to have a full-time salary job making a decent amount of money, and I was able to fill up my sinking funds and save money and all of that, but it's also extremely realistic that my company let me go and now I have to really cut back on everything. So I hope you guys find this helpful. If you are unemployed like me, don't feel bad. Like, zeroing everything out is not a bad thing. You're gonna get back to a better place. And yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful and enjoyable. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Please follow me on Instagram and subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!